I descend the spiral undercorridor with a lantern that refuses to cast light forward. Every step I take reveals where I've been, never where I'm going. The darkness ahead remains absolute, impenetrable. My name is Vaela, and I was taught that the undercorridor shifts its shape for anyone who enters alone. What they didn't teach me is why it keeps whispering my name. The walls breathe like old lungs, expanding and contracting in rhythm with something I cannot see. Stone folds inward, compressing impossibly, then stretches outward until the corridor widens into cathedral-like proportions. My lantern flickers. In its backward glow, I see the path behind me, twisting into knots, folding over itself, erasing any hope of return. I exhale slowly, steadying my nerves. Forward. Always forward, I whispered to myself. But the corridor laughs a low, scraping sound like stone dragged across stone. I stop and press my palm against the wall. It's warm, alive. The lantern tugs upward suddenly, as if something invisible pulls from above. I lift it higher, following its insistent pull. In the backward cast of its light, I see a shadow following me. Long, slender, its proportions wrong in ways that make my eyes ache. It freezes the instant I look directly at it. Not mine, I murmur. I take 3 deliberate steps forward. The shadow takes 1. My breathing quickens, but I force myself to keep moving, my eyes fixed on the impenetrable dark ahead. The air grows cold, each step echoing into a silence that feels heavier than sound. The corridor releases me abruptly into a wide chamber divided into 2 distinct levels. The lower floor is covered in black sand that shifts like liquid. The upper floor is constructed of fractured tiles, each piece hovering slightly above the next, suspended by nothing. I test the lower floor first, placing 1 foot onto the black sand. It responds immediately, particles swirling and rearranging themselves until words form beneath my feet. You should not be here, Vaela. My grip tightens on the lantern until my knuckles ache. Above me, the upper floor trembles violently, as if something massive walks beneath it, tore within it. The lantern suddenly shines forward only once, only for a heartbeat, revealing dozens of thin pathways suspended in the empty air before me. They branch outward like a spiderweb, connecting to points I cannot see, extending into darkness beyond comprehension. As soon as the light fades, the paths vanish completely. My heart pounds against my ribs. Those were hollow paths, the forbidden routes between fragments of the Order's foundation. Paths no member is permitted to walk. A voice rises from the black sand beneath me, female and entirely unfamiliar. Do not step where you cannot return. I freeze, every muscle locked. Behind me, the shadow grows taller, stretching upward until it nearly touches the chamber's ceiling. The black sand erupts into violent motion, swirling upward and coalescing into a figure made of dust and pale light. It extends 1 arm, pointing directly at my lantern. The shadow behind me mimics the gesture perfectly. I lift the lantern high with trembling hands. Its backward glow intensifies, revealing not 1 silhouette now, but 2, one tall and human-shaped, the other sharply twisted, its angles impossible, exactly as Aaron described. A cold whisper crawls directly into my ear, bypassing sound entirely. The breaker has found the paths. My lantern cracks down its center. The backward light erupts outward in all directions, illuminating every hollow path at once. A complete map appears before me, beautiful, terrifying, constantly shifting. Paths connect and disconnect, weave and unweave, forming patterns that hurt to perceive. I watch the paths, knowing with absolute certainty that none were meant for me. None were meant for anyone. I choose the only one that flickers gently instead of violently. A narrow, trembling line that pulses with faint golden light. If he's using the paths, someone has to follow. I step forward onto nothing. My foot finds solid ground where none should exist. The lantern bursts into ashes, falling behind me like burning snow, each flake glowing briefly before extinguishing. The chamber collapses the moment my foot leaves the last solid ground. Stone crashes behind me, the sound deafening, but I don't stop moving. I don't look back.